What's the biggest mistake you've made since you started your stand-up comedy adventure?
Well, I don't think there's anything fatal. Like I said, I wasted time buying the books on how to write jokes and getting them out of the library, and spent a lot of time videos online trying to watch other comedians and think, oh, that's what I got to do, and stuff like that. So I wasted some time, but that was a matter of months. Fortunately, it didn't take forever before I found your system. Like I say, I think the biggest mistake I made was probably going to an open mic to do an open mic, and I had never even seen one. And guess who the first comedian is? They're going to throw the fresh meat out there. So that was a disaster. But those have probably been some of the biggest mistakes since I've started. But again, nothing that can't be fixed.
So one of the things that you would recommend to people who are looking at getting into stand-up comedy is get out and take a look at an open mic. Go attend an open mic. Go talk to comedians. Go do those kinds of things before you jump in.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you've experienced this much more than me, but I've had people come up after shows and say, well, I want to do that. And the first thing I tell them is, where's your club? And go there and watch it, because I tell them, I guarantee you're probably funnier than most of the people you're going to see up there. And, here's the system that I follow, and I give them the link and say, if you're interested, that's what I'd recommend. And I kind of leave it at that, but it's up to them to get out there and do something about it. But at least I try to point them in what I feel is the right direction.
Well, I'll just tell you this from my own personal experience. I had been doing stand-up comedy for a number of months. I had been out at open mics, but I had never been, at that time, to a professional show. It had been months, literally, before I actually went to see a professional show. And one of the things that I encourage people to do is not just go to a professional show, but go to the same show twice. Invest the money twice so that you can see for yourself that it's an act, because you're going to see the same show the next night.
Yeah, and I had no idea. That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. I had no idea that the second showing was the same as the first. I thought, oh, my gosh, these guys are just up there. They're just so smooth and everything, because I had seen a professional show before I had seen an open mic. And, I might have had more confidence at the open mic if I'd known that, they're just rehearsed. That's what they are.
Right. It's a big deal.